welcome tonight. So, tonight we're going to be talking about peer group alchemy and what that means for you because we've been given a very interesting opportunity with this whole COVID-19 thing. And people see that, of course, as a bad thing and social distancing as a very big inconvenience in our everyday life. But if you think about it, it's probably the biggest reset for our lives that we've had in society since the end of the Second World War. Okay. So, what I want us to do is to start becoming more conscious, start choosing things in a better way for ourselves, and start creating a life that's going to gear us to really take advantage of the opportunities that are going to show up for us in the years to come. Okay. In the post COVID era. So, those of you that have been with me during the other podcasts and webinars, you're going to remember that we talk about the up, down, inside out model of being. And what that means is that, we have our highest goals and ambitions, our idea of who we want to be, who our highest self is. We have the thoughts that bring that to our awareness. We supercharge that with the emotions of a full and open heart, and then we create the action plan and fulfill the actions that are needed for us to be successful, right? So it's up, down, from the inside, our highest dreams and ambitions making that real in the outside world. Okay. So very often we are looking around us to Instagram or to the movies to who we're going to be, how are we going to be. You look at people who haven't really found themselves and found their own personalities, and they're trying to be Superman, or they're trying to be a gangster, or they're trying to be a rap artist where, maybe they live in the middle of Iowa and, you know, I'm sorry, but probably that's not the gangster neighborhood that these guys are living in, and probably doesn't work out so well for you. So the idea is that society doesn't need to tell us who we are. We tell society who we are. But in order to do that, we have to be integrated. And we've been working a little bit on that piece by piece. And now what I want to do is to take it to the next level, which is we've worked on personal skills. Like, for example, the very first one we talked about thankfulness and gratefulness, and how to really supercharge and magnetize our life to bring the things that we want into our lives through that emotional energy. And then we talked about our own recovery skills, the resets that we have, meaning that if you are working hard, for example, in my case, I work with patients, and perhaps I have a very heavy patient who just lost their husband or has lost their job, and they have a very heavy energy. I don't want to take that energy with me into the next room. I want to reset myself with the green button technique or the soundbite of success or any of these things like taking the wind, those three techniques that we talked about. And if you don't remember these techniques, you probably weren't at that webinar. And I encourage you to go back and look at them at the Integrated Human website because they're there for free. So go back and watch them, and this will make a lot more sense, right? So you also have to think about, the rules that you want to play by are often also defined by the roles you play in your life. And that was last month's webinar. What roles are you playing in your life, and whether or not you're really filling up your role? Are you walking into your role as an office worker or as a husband or as an athlete as much as you can, or are you not really standing for what you want in your life? And also not identifying with your roles, being able to take off the role that you're playing, perhaps as a CEO. If you're a CEO of a business and you come home and you have two wonderful blonde little twin girls that are 4 years old, and you try to run them around like employees, how well is that going to work for you? Not very well, right? So I'm just reminding you of all of the work that you've been doing coming to the webinars, and the skills that you've been acquiring. And again, if you need a refresher, go to the website and watch them.